Good morning, grade 4 students. Once again, welcome to Scientific Class with Miss Sharon. Welcome back to the 2020-2021 school year. I hope everyone had a relaxing and restful Christmas vacation with family, friends, and loved ones. Despite our country's encounter with the COVID-19 pandemic, okay, away from all the negativity, bad memories of 2020, all we now need is some hope, positivity, and cheers to have a fresher outlook and make a newer beginnings in 2021. A scientific day, grade 4 students. Okay, let me read our work plan for today. We'll have a recall, science bits, discussion, and scientific activity. Come on, everyone, let's do this. Do you have a pet at home? What characteristics do you like most about your pet? Look at this one. It's a very big dog. So maybe this dog is cuddly and sweet. How about this one? They are furry and small. So do you have pets like that at home? So our learning targets for today is first, I can identify the animal's habitat. Second, I can classify animals according to their habitats. So if you have pets at home, what kind of animals do you have and what kind of habitats do they have? So what will be our lesson covered for today? Correct. Animals in their habitat. First, let's talk about terrestrial animals. So terrestrial animals. These animals are the animals that lives on land. But first, let us talk about habitat. So what is a habitat? Habitat is where animals live. It is a place where they breathe, and find food, water, and shelter. We are going to hear a lot of new words during the discussion. So let's talk about this word first. Adaptation. Adaptation means the ability of the animals to adjust to certain environmental conditions. Then we have community. Community means animals that live in a particular habitat. Then we have biomes. Biomes are large, distinct areas like desert, ocean, forest, and caves, which are inhabited by several animals. Now we are going to talk about animals that lives in different biomes. So animals that lives on land habitat are called terrestrial animals. Land habitat is divided into different biomes. First is the rainforest. A rainforest is an area of tall, mostly evergreen trees and a high amount of rainfall. Rainforests are Earth's oldest living ecosystems, with some surviving in their present form for at least 70 million years. So there are different types of rainforest animals. Okay, let me check if you know some animals that lives in the rainforest. So identify which of these animals are found in the rainforest. You can use your notebook or whiteboard and marker to check or put a check or cross if the animal shown is a rainforest animal. Gorilla. Correct. It is a rainforest animal. Parrot. Check. Rainforest animal. How about this one? Sheep. Oh dear, this is not a rainforest animal. Toucan. Correct. This is a rainforest animal. Bat, check. It is a rainforest animal. Dragonfly. Yes, you can see this in the rainforest. Horse. Oh dear, this is not a rainforest animals. Where do you think you can see these animals? Butterfly. Correct. Frog. Check. You can see this in the rainforest. Hamster. Oh dear, this one does not live in the rainforest. Cow. Oh dear, just like horse, they live in a barn. Monkey. I'm sure you can see this in the rainforest. Correct. Dog. Oh dear. Of course, you can see them in the house. Snake. Correct. They live in the rainforest. Goldfish. Oh dear. Wrong. They do not live in the rainforest. Beetle. Correct. So rainforest animals are toucan, bats, parrot, snake, beetle, monkey, frog, this is gorillas, dragonfly, and butterfly. So these are examples of rainforest animals. So rainforest animals are animals that survive in the forest because it is their natural home. They get everything that they need and protect themselves from the enemies in the forest. We have here deer, python, soft-shelled turtle or pawikan. We also have wild boar or baboy damo. And of course, Philippine eagle. Oh, we have tigers. Next biome is the desert. The desert is a harsh environment with very little rainfall and extreme temperature. Water is very limited that when it rains, water immediately seeps underground because of its loose, sandy soil. Considering this harsh condition, the desert is still rich with different kinds of animals. Some deserts get very hot during the day and very cold during the night. Animals that live in the desert have adapted to cope with the lack of water, extreme temperature, and even shortage of food. So what are the animals that we can find in the desert? So desert animals are animals that are nocturnal, staying deep underground in burrow like the squirrel, bobcat, jackrabbit, and coyote. So these are some examples of desert animals. Snake. We have lizard, armadillos, animals like camels. Of course, you know this very well when you think of desert animals. The first animals that will come into your mind is camels. So camels like armadillos and antelopes can survive for a long time without drinking. Lizards and snakes can stand the high temperature because of their rough scales that protect them from the heat of the sun. Some desert animals have concentrated their body's fat in one place, such as a hump or tail, just like in a camel, rather than having it all throughout the body. This fat increases their body heat. Another terrestrial biome is mountain. Just like the desert, mountains are challenging environment for animals to live in, with the presence of steep cliffs and barren rocks. scarce vegetation, and extreme temperature. There are three ways they can deal with extreme cold conditions: through hibernation, migration, or by seeking shelter under the ground or the snow. Mountain ecosystem, conflicts of living organisms in mountainous areas. Mountain lands provide a scattered but diverse array of habitats in which a large range of plants and animals can be found. These are the example of animals that hibernate. Hibernation is a way animals conserve energy to survive adverse weather conditions or lack of food. It involves physiological change such as a drop in body temperature and slowed metabolism. This one, you can see that the animals are migrating. So animal migration is the large-scale movement of a species from one place to another. Animals need to be sure-footed to move about and reach vegetation on the cliff edges. Many have hooves or toes that move independently. These are the example of mountain and alpine. Animals that may be found on mountains include goats, sheep, camels, ibex, marmot, snow leopard, llamas, and lizards. So these are example of animals that you can see in the mountains. So these are goats. Grasslands. So this is another biome in terrestrial. Grassland habitats have mostly, well, of course, grass. You won't find lots of trees in grassland, and they get more rain than deserts, but not as much as woodland. Grassland habitats can be found in many places around the world and in a variety of climates. So they are sometimes called as savannas, prairies, steppes, or pampas. Savannas are areas where vegetation is dominated by grass and herbaceous plants, which became natural habitat of large number of animals living in it. Animals have adapted to the fact that grasslands don't have many places to hide from predators by making homes in the ground or by being tall enough to see over high grasses and shrubs. So these are the animals that you can see in grasslands. We have zebras and bison. Have you watched the movie Lion King? The animals that you can see there is or are animals that lives in grasslands. So another or more examples of grassland animals. We have brown bear, elephant, zebra, what's this? Aardvark, cheetah, beetle, gazelle, worm, Lion King, Mufasa, and then there's tears, no? All right, so we are done with terrestrial habitats and terrestrial animals. Now let's go in animals in the water or aquatic animals. Aquatic animals are animals that live in water. Water is a habitat for a great variety of animals. Animals that live in water habitats are called aquatic animals. There are a group of animals that are either vertebrates or invertebrates that live in water most or all their life. The aquatic environment is divided into two groups, namely the seawater or marine environment and the freshwater environment. Aqua means water. Aquatic means living or growing in water. An aquarium is a glass-sided tank or bowl with where fish or other aquatic animals or plants are kept. The aquatic habitat is considered to be the largest biome of these types of animals on Earth. The seawater environment includes the seas and oceans. Different kinds of animals live in salt water. This includes fish, turtles, dolphins, saltwater crocodiles, and whales like sperm, blue, killer, and humpback. Mammals like whales, dolphins, porpoises, seals, and sea lions developed small appendages, the ears and flippers, in order to adapt on their aquatic environment. Can you see the appendages they have? That is to adapt to their environment. Adapting to their own habitat depends on their body structures. Polar fish, for example, have evolved in a natural form of antifreeze in their blood and tissue. This substance helps prevent ice crystals from forming, even below freezing point where the fish is able to survive. Freshwater biomes are large communities of plants and animals centered around water with less than 1% salt concentration. So you call that as freshwater environment. They are very important to survival on Earth. Types of freshwater biomes includes ponds, lakes, streams, rivers, and even some wetlands. If you can look at the pictures, these are examples of freshwater biomes. There are countless animal species around the world that live in streams, rivers, and lakes. These often become the home of a variety of species, from insects to amphibians, reptiles, birds, fish, and even mammals. For some animals, water serves as their protections from the intense heat of the sun. Other animals use water as a place to escape from land enemies. If you will look at the picture, these are some examples of freshwater animals. So if we have water habitat, we also have trees. So trees can also a place to live in. And we call this as an arboreal habitat. This is a home for organisms that live in trees. Trees and forests provide a habitat for many species of animals and plants. Tropical rainforests are among the most biodiverse habitats in the world. Arboreal animals are creatures who spend the majority of their lives in trees. They eat, sleep, and play in the tree canopy. There are thousands of species that live in trees, including monkeys, koalas, possums, sloths, various rodents, parrots, chameleons, spiders, geckos, tree snakes, and a variety of insects. Arboreal animals are very well adapted to staying or hanging onto trees. Many of them have little bodies and clawed or sticky feet. So if you will look at these pictures, these are also arboreal animals. Leopard, koala, gibbon, squirrels. There we have coati, tree kangaroo, giant squirrels. Since the rainforest has many trees, a good adaptation would be the one that allows animals to be able to climb and forage for food in trees. Monkeys and sloths are a good example of this. All right, so those are the animals that lives in different habitats. So we have three habitats. We have terrestrial, aquatic, and arboreal. Now, if you will look at this picture, what have you noticed? These are all endangered animals. Endangered means only few of their kind are still alive. As predators brought into close contact with people, they lose their habitat to homes, farms, and businesses. As people kill these wild animals, through pesticides, accidents, such as collision with cars or hunting, native species may become endangered. So what are we going to do about this? These are the top 10 most endangered animals. We have mountain gorilla, Javan rhinoceros, Komodo dragon, koala bear, giant panda, kagu, snow leopard, Siberian tiger, African wild dog, and California condor. Habitat is very important to animals. That is where we get our basic needs. So what happens? Why do you think there are endangered animals? It's because people or humans are using their habitats with different activities. So what will happen to the animals? They become endangered. In your scientific activity, you're going to write two endangered animals that you know and the things that we should do to save and protect their lives and habitat. You will do this in your entry. All right, so we are going to have 3, 2, 1 wrapped up. Just like the scientific activity, we'll also answer this in your Genio account. Right, so that's it about animal habitat. So habitat is a place where we get our basic needs in order to survive. Thank you once again. This is Miss Shara, a scientific day, everyone.